Friends, the war between India and Pakistan has reached a so called understanding, and it has left us with many questions. We have done so much of damage to Pakistan, but to many of us, we still don't feel like a winner. So, has India really win the war? Or is this just a jingoism? Today, we are going to explore many questions related to the war and have you absolute clarity about where we stand and what are the gains we have made, how do the things look like, and what's going to be the thing forward. Now, the next question is did America, Uncle Sam, play genuinely, genuinely the role it claims to be? Or it's overstating its contribution in this conflict? Next question we are going to look at is did India attack nuclear facility or nuclear bombs in Pakistan? If it did so, it's such a massive contribution. Why is India hesitating taking credit for this? We'll also find out about Rafale. Pakistanis claim that they have shot down Rafale. Did they really do that? And was that the reason war was halted? And uh, about S400, we are so proud our armed forces and the scientists, they have done brilliant job in using S4. We were able to avert all the attacks in our country. But why is China and US and many of the international media houses, why are they downplaying the role of S400 and made in India drones? And finally, is PR of Indian agencies really weak? Why do we feel like a loser? Have we really lost? Or are the things just being whitewashed? Let's let's explore all these questions one by one today. I'm your coach Vivek Singh and you're watching CEO Alchemy. The first question is did US really contribute or it's overstating its contribution? We'll need to go slightly backwards. India was very upbeat. This was probably the first time in India there has not been much pressure for a very, very long time during the war from the Americans. First time the President Trump, uh, J.D. Vance, the Vice President, these guys came out and public and they said that we are not going to ask India to lay down arms. It's not a small statement. You agree or not, America is still the big daddy of the world, still the most powerful country which decides how the world is going to be shaped. So, America was on our side for a very, very long time. America showed up as a friend in this conflict. But what really upsets us is the way the conflict ended. We were going up, 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 and it was anti-climax. It ended there. And things were not declared from our end first. It was the US president which claimed on the Truth Social that it has stopped the war, or India and Pakistan have agreed for a ceasefire. Here I sense America uh, has been struggling of late. Trump has not been able to contribute much. All the claims have gone up in the air. Its role in Ukraine Russia war. They claimed that Russia is not listening. They're not willing to accept the Trump's proposal. They have not been able to do much in Gaza. Their economy is doing badly. Their tariff war is falling flat. All that has put the Trump on back foot. America's contribution hasn't been much. And Trump is the person he has been restless for a very long time to claim any credit. This was a good opportunity. He supported India too. And both Modi and Trump claim to be great friends. They also, I believe, would have contributed to halt this conflict. But was the contribution as much as claimed? I don't think so. America needed attention. They wanted to, the President Trump wanted to take credit. He went all out and took credit. And here I feel Trump has crossed the line. You have a friend, many times there's a dominating friend, he supports you, he stands by you. And there are times the guy goes overboard and oversteps. This is the case with Trump in this war. Ideally, Pakistan would have requested, India would have accepted, and then Trump would have uh, taken credit. But here, Trump overstepped, and that's where I think we felt it was unfair. I don't think it was a mediation. They did play a role. We uh, might have communicated through them. Uh, Many sources tell that Pakistan was going to push the nuclear button, and because of that, US panicked and it reached out to India. Whatever be the case, I feel the ceasefire or the understanding, as we call it, it was well timed. US role was, I think, overreaching. They could have contained themselves. And here, India needs to give, if not clear, subtle signal, because clear signal may not work with Trump. So, subtle signal, United States that we are not game for it. And I feel government has done pretty good job containing the US posturing in a very, very subtle manner. India needs to be wary of Trump's role in the future in any of its internal and external matters in the future, because the way things came out, that was unexpected and that was unreasonable. Okay. That made us feel not like a winner. Did India really attack a nuclear facility in Pakistan? If so, why does it not take the credit? There has been credible reports that nuclear facility has been attacked. There has been some leakage of radiation in Pakistan. A military aircraft from Egypt appear to have landed in Pakistan with boron. So boron and sand is used to absorb radiation and limit its reach. So overall, it looks like India has hit the nuclear facility in Pakistan. Now, why does it not take the credit? Because it's a very sensitive matter. You go and hit somebody badly, kill somebody, and then you start claiming that you have done that. And now all the gains India had done, had it claimed credit for hitting the nuclear facility, the wave could have changed. While most countries supported India, they might have said that India has overdone. It should not have hit the nuclear facility. It's putting the world at risk. And with this PR, we might have felt even worse. So, disclaiming that we didn't hit any of their nuclear facility, I feel that's a good move because we are a peaceful, responsible, uh, calibrated, and proud nation. And our conduct must represent that. The next is did Pakistan really shoot down Rafale? Has the Rafale deal failed? Many of us have been questioning why did we invest so much in Rafale? The Indian agencies have neither said yes or no to this. But going by the international reports, Pakistan's claim looks like Rafale has been shot down. Now, when you are at war, you just can't be 100% sure, even best of the equipment, because when an aircraft is shot down, it's not just the aircraft. There are so many things. How well the pilot is trained, what's the state, how the enemy is responding, all that happens in fraction of seconds. You can't always go up and up and up and up and get everything right in the war, howsoever professional armed forces you are. So in this case, Rafale appears to have been shot down. That reflected in stock market crashing for Dassault in Europe, and possibly they have shot down one of our aircrafts. So what? We also shot down their F-16 and various other aircrafts. Does that make F-16 a bad aircraft? No. So it depends on the condition in which you are stuck. Many of the things are beyond your control, and it's okay to lose a couple of aircrafts when you're in the middle of the war while you have damaged your enemy so much. The people who are the critics of Rafale, they're discounting the contribution of S400, the drones, Akash, Sudarshan, and all the things that we have done so well. There has not been any significant damage to our country, and we have been able to intercept most of the attacks by Pakistanis. That's a massive. And when you want to look at when you look at the war, look at it holistically. If you start picking each of the things, so many, I feel many of the media houses, particularly those who operate from very leftist kind of mindset, and they try to find every possible fault in every decision by India, challenge their viewpoint when you listen to them. Otherwise, you will never have a balanced viewpoint. The next question is why China and US not acknowledging S400 and made in India drones? Friends, that's business. US has been trying hard to sell its equipment. India opted for Russian S400. That has proven so well. It has done a brilliant job. Now, how can US talk good about it? If US talks highly about it, who will buy its equipment? Right? China, of course, it also wants to promote because war is not only about how well your equipment function, but for large arms manufacturing companies, it's also testing ground of their equipment. The equipments that perform well in the war, there will be more buyers in the market. And if US and China give credit to Russian equipment and the India made drones, then who are going to buy their equipment? They're going to lose a lot of money. And this message is very important for the world. Therefore, it's okay that they're not giving credit to these equipment. Uh, People, those who are the buyers, they know where they have to put the money. They can see through the things. And as India is investing more into manufacturing facilities of BrahMos and various others, a factory has been inaugurated a couple of days back in Uttar Pradesh. It's going to give us an edge as not only will manufacture for ourselves, but we'll also be exporting drones and BrahMos missiles and various other arms to foreign countries because our equipment have proven to be highly effective in real combat zone. And finally, is India's PR really weak? Why do we feel like a loser despite winning the war? I feel the government has been very, very calibrated in the approach. And until Donald Trump announced the ceasefire, everything was going in our favor. Pakistan fired a missile on Delhi that too was intercepted at Sirsa. Now, the problem is that when you are winning, and you have won quite a bit, and you are at your high, you develop gambler syndrome. What is gambler syndrome? That you feel that you're going to win more and more and more and more and more, and eventually you end up losing everything that you have gained. Let's look at it. We have been able to intercept and foil all the attacks by their drones and missiles on our country and our posts. But let's also accept the fact that if they fire hundreds of missiles or dozens of missiles, we may miss one or two or three. And if one heavy missile hits one of the highly populated places in our country, you know, the euphoria of winning will certainly fall down. The government, the armed forces, the scientist community, I think there would not have been better projection. The only thing that played a spoil sport was Donald Trump jumping the gun. Had that been done in the right way, as probably everyone would have assumed, we may have felt even better. Nonetheless, to counter that, a press briefing was done by the DGMO and other officers. And I feel that has compensated the momentary loss that we felt at that point of time. India has been very calibrated, very precise, very accurate. We must give credit to our armed forces and all the people who are involved directly or indirectly in this conflict. At the same time, going for a war forever doesn't help anybody. Pakistan would have lost more. We would also have lost more. I feel that was the right time to press the pause button. We have communicated very clearly, be it the press conferences by lady officers or howsoever. India has played very, very smart. The momentary loss that happened due to Trump's tweet, that has also been compensated quite well. And India is clear in its understanding that the war is not over yet. It set the condition, and it is firm about the condition that if Pakistan gets into any misadventure, India is going to go deep inside and hit it. The biggest uh, thing for the world is that the nuclear blackmail has foiled. It's not going to work anymore. Pakistan should be trying hard to manage its nuclear radiation that appears to have come out, minimize its reach, throw some boron, sand, or whatever you can. And it was a good decision for India to disclaim that it hasn't hit. The press conference done by Indian officer, that was brilliant. And I'm very happy that India didn't get into that, what do you call it? Gambler syndrome. Yeah. We were going up, 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 and up, and the war closed when we were at the high. Had something gone wrong against us, not only we would have lost people, we would have lost resources, but that would have impacted our morale too. I hope the message to Pakistan is clear, and this war gives them continued wisdom to work and act in mindful ways. One thing I'm sure of is for next few years, you will not see any major terror attack on India. How did you find this analysis? Let me know in comment. And stay tuned for more insights. See you in the next video.